Hello, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? And today
Hello.
we got Maria Tobben, Haunted Hellcat. Let's see, I'm getting
How's
where I can see
everybody?
all the things. Hello. So,
Ah,
you know, um, everybody knows what I hunt, and I enjoy doing it. I do. I look forward to going out as much as I can to bring everybody the best evidence out there that Bigfoot does exist. So Miss Maria has had a Bigfoot encounter herself. She also seen one too. And today we're going to talk about her sighting
okay.
of Bigfoot. If we can get her in. Can you hear me, Maria? You're cut you're cutting out real bad. Try going out and coming back in.
Okay, well,
Hey
let's see.
Sandra.
All right.
Oh no, we lost her. Okay, well, while we wait, um, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is amazing and wonderful and having a wonderful, wonderful day. It has been very hot here today. I'm about to die myself. The weather is killer. So, all right, hold on. She's coming back in. See if we can get her this time.
That ain't better?
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, that's better.
We had storms and everything's a mess. So I'm gonna stand outside
Oh, I
and
understand. Trust me. When it storms,
I get more service that way.
okay. Well, it storms. When it storms out here, our service is crappy too. So
Yeah,
it's understandable,
it's
baby. You're
terrible.
good. You're good. So
Ah,
it's nice to
Lord.
finally put a face with a name. I mean, you've been following us for a long time. You followed us through our ghost journey and now our Bigfoot journey. And it's nice to finally
Mm-hmm.
meet
And
you.
I always see you at War
Your pictures
Horses,
do you
so
no justice.
oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're so okay, so what I want you to do is tell everybody about your channel and what you do, and then we'll go into the reason why I'm interviewing you.
Okay. Um, I hunt ghosts. I have most of the equipment to do so. I also do dream interpretations. I have not done any lives on them yet, um, but I've been doing that since I was probably preteen, and that's about it. I mean, I done a few videos, and then I had a health scare, so my videos kind of stopped. And I'm hoping after this surgery in 14 days to fix me that I'll be able to get the humping and a bumping again. And I have a few collabs that I'm going to do of some people in Missouri. So that's about it on my
That's
channel.
that's
Oh, my
oh,
bark.
you know, my mom would drop. My mom would drop. What? Wait a minute.
Hold
My mom
on,
would
it's
drop
cutting out, I think.
Maria's channel link. I greatly appreciate it.
Ugh, I hate
By the
this.
way, if you're not
Can
sub,
you hear me?
I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Um, if I'm if you are not sub to this woman, please do. Um, she's an amazing woman, and everyone knows what she's talking about. So the reason why I brought you up on my channel to interview you was because you contacted me and to let me know that you had a Bigfoot sighting. And
Yes, I did.
I want you to, yeah, I want you to explain to my viewers exactly from step to step what happened. How did you come across it? What were you doing and all that?
Okay. We have a pond. Well, our neighbors do. And it used to be our brother-in-law used to live there. But there's a pond down in the lower field. And I go fishing there as much as possible. Every day, all day if I could. And I was fishing. and I happened to just turn around because I'm always looking, you know, because I believed in Bigfoot all my life. You know, just turn around, checking out the scenery and whatnot, and I happened to look and I saw these deer. The grass in the lower field is very tall. Um, I know it's probably, I'm 5'1". It's probably about because they don't process it, the hay down there as much as they do up here. Well,
Mhm.
as much as we do. Uh, and there were some deer that were jumping, and that's the only time you could see that they were deer was when you seen them, you know, jumping up in the air. Then you could see their head and maybe a slight bit of their back. And I seen them jumping. There was probably three of them jumping. And then there's a wood line directly to the left. It's going to start pouring. But there's a wood line directly to the left, and out of it came something that was walking, and you could see from the waist up without it jumping or anything, and you could see from the waist up, and I'm thinking, am I really seeing this? Am I really seeing this? You know, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like, that has got to be able to just be walking. And it was like when it was walking, it was like it was moving like, I don't know, 7-8 feet at a time each step, I swear. And it was like so fast across that field, and them deer were just leaping and jumping. And I got to thinking, I said, that's got to be a Bigfoot, and he's got to be chasing them deer.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to be hunting them. And I couldn't believe it. I was tripping, you know, and my husband and some other people are like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, well, you know what? Till the day I die, I will believe this. I will believe that
Yep.
is what I saw. And now when I go fishing, I look over my shoulder constantly. I mean, constantly. I can hardly fish because I'm like, where is it? Where is it? You know, and when I drive down our private, we have a private road, dirt road. There's only like 13 families out here. My
That
husband.
is crazy.
Every time I drive down the road, it's like I'm constantly looking in the woods, constantly, constantly, constantly. And you know, I know they say, you know, where there's bears and this and that and deer, if there's a food chain for them to, you know, be around or to even just be passing through, if there's something for them to eat, they're going to pass through if they have to. Well, we've had bear just up the road last week,
Mm.
and we've got tons of deer. I have deer across through my yard all the time, and there's like tons of rabbits, you know, because we're out here in the country. I mean, it's like half hour to get to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing, and no one will ever convince me otherwise.
You know, only you can see, you know what you saw that day. Only you.
Oh yeah,
You know,
oh yeah,
you
and
know,
you know, I took some pictures. I sent you a couple, and it's like I drew a line of where I seen them and where that thing was at on the telephone poles down, or the big telephone poles, they're electric poles, and I mean, it was massive. It was more than 8 feet. I know, because I couldn't believe that I could see it from the torso up.
that's
And it was
crazy.
like black to a dark brown, and you could see that it looked like, well, from my distance it looked like a fluff ball, like it was hairy.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew, I was like, this isn't a hunter. His butt would have stopped and picked his gun up and shot them deer. And for one, there's our neighbors down the road, well, that way, whatever, their house butts up against that field. So I don't think a hunter would be shooting that direction. So
No.
it had to be.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, what's really funny too is people will be amazed on how much these things are popping up, even in cities. I mean, we live
Oh yeah.
where we live at. We live in the sticks of Snow Hill in North Carolina, and which I don't know a lot of people have seen my investigation that I did here in Snow Hill. Not even 5 minutes away from our house, we had a sighting. We have Bigfoot activity around our house too. And I mean, my husband got growled at sitting on the front porch. And they play around our house a lot. I mean, a lot. But I don't know what else anybody could do to make people out there believe that Bigfoot is real. They're real.
Yeah. And you know that
And
video feed I sent you the link to? That one I watch at night, that live cam?
Yeah.
Last night there was a knock on there. I was like,
oh,
there's a knock, oh my God. Yeah.
Wow.
It was a wood knock. I was tripping. I mean, you definitely know it was there because the raccoon that was there eating the block stopped, stood up back legs, and scampered off. And I sat there for 2 hours watching. I didn't see nothing, but oh yes, it's a bit much. I think I better go in the house.
But yeah, they I'll tell you, whenever they're around, the wood goes completely silent. They go to the point where you can hear everything that goes on in the woods when there's a Bigfoot around. Nature goes completely quiet. That's how you can tell when something's not right too. When you go out in the woods, when you don't hear nothing, no crickets, nothing.
Yeah,
that there's something around.
I mean, everything normal. And then when I heard that knock
real bad.
Oh no!
Hold on, y'all.
Is you?
I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna go outside. I just know.
Thank you guys for sticking around and being patient. You know, the lovely world of storms and internet. So, but anyways, if I have missed anybody, hello, Ron. Mama, I already said hi to you. Who else did I miss?
Okay.
If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Saying hi to everybody.
No, Jackson.
That has joined in.
Okay. I should be. Am I still here?
Yeah.
This is where I had the most cars.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Stanton. Danny, you're very true. I know who that is. Dan, you're very right. Knows Bigfoot itself. And I mean, these things are very legit creatures. They really are. They can, hey, Flat Rock, they can mimic a whole lot of stuff out there too. I mean, a whole lot of stuff. And you would think that it's a bird, you'll think that it's a coyote or a wolf, but in all actuality, it is a Bigfoot. Hold on, let's try if we can't add her back. She's back again, y'all. Thank you again for everybody for being so patient.
Gonna get a laptop. Not like that'll help matters, but
it's all right. We're going to try to make the best out of this. So I'm sorry you're going through such a hard problem during this interview.
I know it. I know. I like co-host a show, and I'm constantly being booted off there. I'm like, this dang weather, and you'd think I wouldn't, considering all behind me is power lines. Give me some power.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. I feel like, especially, on my Friday interviews that, I interview like ghost hunters and Bigfoot hunters and stuff. It's like, when it's storming, hang it up because I'm going to keep going in and out. I'm going to play like a ghost, go in and out like Jax does.
Yeah, it's been raining here all week. Yeah.
We've been getting rain a lot on and off too. We have.
We need it though. We needed it.
So have you thought about taking and setting up some kind of a trail cam or something? To try to see if you couldn't catch one on a
No,
trail cam?
yeah, no, I don't have any trail cams, and phones aren't perfect, but because this chick decided to go ahead and take all my ghost hunting equipment and stick it in a box, a plastic box that I had, and I cut out the shape of each piece of equipment and foam, and I put the foam in the box, and I put my, so everything would fit snug and nothing would get broken. Well, I decided to use Mod Podge to put the foam on inside the box so it would stay still. I didn't realize it takes 72 hours to cure. I put my ghost hunting equipment in there and rusted every bit of it. I mean, every bit of it. I lost all my equipment. I had to buy all new. I just finally got my last piece last week. So I got
Oh
it all
wow.
back, but I was like, I cried like a baby. I was like, damn it. That stuff isn't, it
Well,
isn't.
whenever you had that Bigfoot sighting, was there any kind of sounds? Did he make any kind of sounds? Quit, Hunter. That's my oldest.
No,
He just
yeah,
like his parents.
no sound, no nothing. I mean, just like he was on a dead mission and there was no sound,
Oh,
nothing. And it's in the lower field, and the wind happened to be blowing at me when I was standing against the pond, and I had to turn around to see this. So the wind was blowing everything away. It would have been nice if it would have been the other way, and maybe I could have heard something, but yeah, no, nothing. And it's like, and I wasn't even there. He didn't even look up at me. Even when I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my God.
right.
And I couldn't drop my fishing pole fast enough and get my phone going because I was playing music. And I was like, I was bitching the whole time trying to get my camera on, and that thing didn't even acknowledge me. It was like on a mission for them deer, and that was it. Because see, where he crossed and chased them deer, there's a couple houses, but there is a bunch of trees, like a little tree farm, personal tree farm that's real dense, and then our dirt road, and then it goes right back into woods again, thick woods. And
Wow.
that's the way he went. And I'm hoping after my surgery that I can get in the woods, and I would like to try and, just sit around with a digital voice recorder or something. And because when I mushroom hunt in these woods, and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit freaky now, kind of, because I used to go deep
Right.
in the woods. I would just keep walking until I couldn't walk no more. And now I'm like, I'm always listening for tree knocks. I'm listening for hoots. I've hooted myself trying to see if I get a response in the past. So now I'm really going to be vigilant on it. You see what's going to happen.
So, Christy wants to know.
Say that again.
Christy asked if the Bigfoot saw you.
No, he did not see me. Like I said, I was cussing, trying to get my camera on and bitching to get out of the radio mode and get to my camera. And I know that if they got really, really good hearing, which I think they do, they would have heard me. But it was like in a dead set. I mean, not a run, but like our fast walking kind of stance after these deer, and it was gaining. It was gaining on them deer. So I don't know, but I just,
Yep.
it was crazy.
I
I've
have
never seen in
heard
my
that.
life.
Right. I have heard that they'll take and break a deer's legs in order to slow them down, and
Yeah, and pigs.
you'll snap
I've
their
heard of
necks
that.
in order for them to catch them to be able to eat. And I always
Yeah.
wondered if they would take and like eat like the fur and all. How do they go about eating these creatures? Eating these animals that they're catching for dinner. How do
Well,
they cut them
yeah,
open?
right. Is it? I always wondered, is it possible their claws are sharp? I mean, or their nails are super sharp from being jagged, from rocks and climbing or whatever they do. Maybe that's how. Maybe they sharpen them. Or maybe
Yeah, I mean,
if they're supposed to be intelligent, maybe they know how to forge the rocks into some kind of cutting tool, just like the cavemen did. It's possible.
and Chris, right, and Christy, you're right. There is something in a trail cam that they can actually smell, and they said they can see the infrared too. But they do make the
Yeah.
higher powered ones to where the infrared doesn't, they can't see that beam. But I'm just too poor. I
Hmm.
can't afford those kind of trail cams yet. I have a trail cam, but it's one where they can see it.
And I get to thinking back years ago when I did my mushroom hunt, because I've been out here 22 years. Back when I mushroom hunted, probably 5, 10 years ago, back that far. Not thinking, but now thinking of all the tree leans into a dang point. Like 8, 9, 10 of these trees, all broken and leaning onto the same point. What's the odds of that? I'm all falling at the same spot. Huh. I just thought of that. Wow. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eyes and ears open now.
Oh, definitely. Let's see. Second Star Survival Matt, he said type 1 Sasquatch will cut away the hides to use as a bedding. See, I didn't know that either. They
Oh,
use
well,
the
hi, Matt.
hides for a bedding. I
Hmm.
thought I thought they use like sticks and stuff like that to make their beddings, but apparently they use all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and
Mm.
I mean, they probably just like grab that leg, eat it like a chicken, eat it like a chicken leg. Who's to say they don't,
Right.
use bones as some kind of a tool of some sort?
Right. I got to. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like where I was telling everybody about the sightings around my house too. They are tearing our trees down on the side of our house. They're also
Oh,
making
wow.
arrows and sticking them up in the trees to where it's pointed back towards the back part of our house where we have a water stream. So, I mean, it's like
Wow.
I told Trinity Cryptid Research, I told him the Bigfoot activity around my house is getting worse. They are making
Yeah.
themselves known a lot more than what they should around here. And
Yeah.
it's like we
Are
live
you, are
in
you,
a, we live in,
you're in the city?
go ahead.
Are you in the city or the
Well,
country? Or just
we're
like
in a country
rural?
part of Snow Hill. Yeah, we're like in between. We're in between.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. See, these are
yeah,
this is our dirt road, and that's the woods across from my house. And I will walk up here. Hopefully, I don't lose you, and I will show everybody where I was standing. I mean, down at the pond on the backside of the lake. Lake, pond. I would say it's not a lake. It ain't that big, but you know, it's in the lower field, and they don't cut that hardly at all. Hardly at all. Okay. This here, I don't know if you can see it, is the lake down there. You see that?
I do.
Okay. That second pole down on the left, there's a white fence post sticking up right behind it. It was right next to them poles, them electric poles,
Oh
right there.
wow.
And you know what? Yesterday, when I thought it was Wednesday, and I wanted to get some pictures, some deer went through there, and all I could see was the very tip of their heads. And I was like, well, there you go. That tells you that son of a bitch was big. Yeah, I'll never forget it till for the rest of my life. And my husband's like, "Oh, were you drinking?" No, I wasn't drinking. But it doesn't matter who believes me. I know exactly what I saw, and I'll believe it till the day I die. And I'm always looking over my shoulders now because I mushroom hunt, I berry hunt, I arrowhead hunt all around this place. So, and them woods back there, they go for miles in. And it's like, who's to say, ain't something hanging out there. It's pretty desolate out here. Ah,
Yeah.
God dang cat scared me to death. Get out of here. Like, ah.
Is
That's
there
as bad as I
anything
had.
that any
Go ahead.
is there anything that anybody would like to ask Maria? Because I really don't want her to get getting soaked. I'm gonna try
Oh,
not
I
I
ain't
was
worried
gonna try
about it. It's hot as heck. And if I didn't have my phone in my hand, I'd probably be standing in it.
to so is there, like I said, is there anything that anybody would like to ask Maria about her Bigfoot sighting? Go ahead and ask, and I'll call it out to her. And
Yeah. And
hey,
Brenda, don't forget to snag him while he's in here. You know who I'm talking about? Who we were talking about the other day that you should interview?
oh, Matt, we
Yeah,
got
yeah.
one set up. We got one set up.
Oh,
Yes, yes,
great,
I finally
great,
get to
great.
interview.
I'm glad for that.
Yes, I was
Yeah, I was like,
supposed to interview him. I was supposed to interview him next Wednesday, but my schedule got changed again.
oh yeah,
So we can't seem
right.
to keep people. We can't seem to keep people at work, so I had to reschedule with him for the following Wednesday. So yes,
That's
everybody, 2 Wednesdays away, I will be interviewing Second Star. I can't wait for that one
I'm
too.
so gonna be there for that one. He is so knowledgeable
Yeah,
of the cryptids and everything. I love listening to him.
that's it. I'm looking forward to it too because everybody keeps telling me that he's one of the ones that I need to interview, and I finally snagged him.
Absolutely.
I got him. But
Yay.
as far as being scared of Bigfoot, yes. Yes, I am. I would rather go out during the day and hunt them than I would at
Oh yeah. Oh
because
yeah. No, you wouldn't catch me in my woods at night. No way. For one, I believe they're haunted.
yeah.
They're super haunted, I believe, because this was Indian. This was Indian, where all the Indians settled, and I found tons of arrowheads. And I'm going to do some dowsing rods in the woods some later this summer. But yeah, I wouldn't be in there in the nighttime, no way. Plus,
Mm-mm.
we have bears now that are coming through here. We've got mountain lions. Yeah. Oh
So you pretty much need a gun to carry through the woods when you
yeah,
go out.
I've got a 410, but what's that going to do? Nothing. Need a damn elephant gun.
That is crazy. So let's see. What was I going to ask you? Well, so you said you had a pond out there where so the water source is there, then and there it's out there in the woods, so the food source is there, and you
Yep.
see and you explained to everybody what this thing looked like. That
Yeah.
you said it was about 8 foot tall or higher. It had real broad shoulders. Did you see the arms? Was the arms like real
Uh,
lengthy?
well, I couldn't see the hands. I mean, once in a while when it was striding, I could see, like its hand move up above the grass line. But other than that, it was like still below, they were long enough to where it was below their waist. Because like I said, I seen it from the waist up. And I couldn't see its hands half the time, even though it was just little bit of time. But I couldn't see the hands constantly because it was below the waistline.
So when you seen it, was it when you looked at it, was it kind of blurry? Like it was trying to cloak itself, it was trying to blend in with what it was around?
No, no, it was just straight walking, like long stride walks. Yeah, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I think it was straight focused on them deer, and it didn't care what was going on around it. It wanted them deer.
Okay, so Doris wants to know, was this the first time you've seen something like that out there?
Out here, yes. There were times I thought that I heard and saw things, heard growls at night. Like I would be trying to do some EVP workout just standing in front of my woods, and I could have swore I heard growls that were not normal, because I know what growls are from the animals around here. And, you know, I grew up in Pennsylvania, all kinds of bears, lions, you know, all kinds of stuff. So I know the sounds. And I grew up out there dead in the country. I mean, an hour and a half to get to school. I was way out there. And so I know sounds, and I've heard a couple times things that I don't think were normal. And other than that, no, this is the first sighting I've seen. But like I said, I saw some trees all into like formed into a teepee almost. And I knew that was the probability of that is not real high for trees to fall there in that order. When I was a child,
Okay.
back in Pennsylvania, I saw something looking in my grandmother's trailer window. I don't know what it was, but it was bad enough that they called the cops. Yeah.
You know, it's
And
really funny you said that. I'm not trying to be funny, guys, but I had a dream, and it's what you just said just made me remember. But I had a dream to where it happened here in Snow Hill, but in my dream, a lady and a man come up to my door and told me there was something big and hairy standing at the end of my trailer in my dream, and said that it was just
wow.
taking this sniffing into the house, like it could smell my animals or something. That's funny you said that, but I'll tell everybody that on a different interview, whatever. Maybe Friday I'll tell everybody about that. But I had a dream that there was one standing at the end of my trailer sniffing in, and somebody come to my door screaming to let them in because there was something
It's pretty funny you said that, because the reason I mentioned my childhood sighting, because last night I had a dream about it, that I should mention it, like not like seeing it in the dream as it happened, just the thought of it was in a dream, and then it was there when I woke up, and that's what made me tell you. Other than that, I probably would have not even brought it up.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
right. We are both empaths, so you never know. Maybe that had something to do with it.
I don't know. It's like I said, you know, I've had some strange dreams, but that one took the cake. That one was like, oh my God, because the only dreams that I can remember are the ones that are trying to tell me something like it's gonna happen. And when it does happen, it'd be like deja vu. I'm seeing everything all over again. But
Yeah.
I can describe to you to the T what these two people look like. The woman was a light skinned black person with curly hair, short curly hair. And the guy was Chinese, but he had a mask over his eyes. His eyes, he couldn't see, but he could talk. And she was holding.
I had a raindrop fall.
So,
Yeah, and
I mean,
that's
it's
what I
crazy.
told the cops when I was younger. I was, what? Are you leaving? All right, bye. My,
Uh-oh.
I told the cops, and I remember was there was looking in our window. It
They
was a
didn't
big
see anything when
head.
you got there, did they?
No, but I don't think they really believed me, because, you know, they were country bumpkin cops. So we was like cutting into their time, really. They didn't even investigate for tracks, I wouldn't think. Because if they did, they would have found them. I know they would have, because I saw it. Somebody, and you know, if it wasn't a Bigfoot, someone was standing there, they would have seen somebody's tracks there. You know, we didn't have the best gutters in the world, so we had some dirt and mud around the trailer most of the time.
Oh, wow.
And but they didn't do anything. They just wrote it on like a little tiny notebook tablet, and that was it. Never heard again.
So you said, have you seen the face? Somebody else asked if you seen the face and the shoulders and stuff too. Well, I forget who that was. I think it was Second Star asked it. But all these my chats going, you know, going up, and then we started talking, so I
Yeah.
lost shot of everybody's
Well,
questions.
if he's talking about the one that I seen here at where I'm at now, it looked like it had no neck, basically. It's like the head went into the shoulders out real far, you know, the broad shoulders. Now, if they're talking about the one I seen when I was a kid, it's a little sketchy, but I don't think I seen a neck either, but I do remember seeing the broad forehead and and no offense, I am not in any way. We didn't have any where I lived because we grew up, the Amish were our neighbors. Okay. And we only had 2 colored children in our school all the way to high school. So for being maybe a colored person, just peeping Tomming, I don't know, but I don't think so.
Okay, so
Many
Danny,
around us.
right. Danny wants to know if you could tell if it was a male or a female.
No, it was too far. You know, unless it's a hairy Dolly Parton, couldn't I couldn't tell you because it was too far. But I know that the chest stuck out far. You know, I mean, it was like it was thick. It was thick. I know. It was thick chested, like from the back to the front of the chest. It was like a thickness to it.
Oh, well, so it definitely sounds like a Bigfoot to me. I mean, everything that you have explained about this thing, and the activity of it, sounds like you really saw Bigfoot. I'm not so anybody that tells me they've seen a Bigfoot, and I know that you
Yeah,
have
I
now. If I
absolutely
would,
know.
if I and stuff like, I've been like, no,
No, no.
no, no. You
Yeah,
know, I'm not gonna call you a liar, but you know, I've never seen one, so I don't know.
yeah, I absolutely know it was.
But
I feel that in my heart and soul.
he said they want some. They want to know if any kind of snack was around.
If what?
Was there any
I'm
kind
sorry.
of smell that came across the air when it was around?
No, it was down in that lower field. That's pretty far down, and like I said, the wind was blowing at me. So when I spun around, you know, the wind was taking my scent, not bringing its scent to me. So, and that's out is that it didn't bother to see what he was smelling. Something standing there, I can smell it. He didn't even bother with me. He was straight focused on them deer. He wanted them deer big time. My hair's
Yeah,
flopping in this
it was
way.
definitely looking for something. It was definitely looking for something to eat. Obviously, it wasn't say it didn't care that you were around. It was looking for something to eat. So,
It
but
was. Well, it's like because you know it had to smell me with the wind because the wind was blowing pretty good. So I think my scent would have carried quick.
yeah.
So
So they say they can smell you just as soon as you walk into the woods. Matter of fact, as soon as you get out of your car, they can smell you and see you. They see you before you see them.
you're blinking. Am I still here?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going in and out, but it'll be okay. But yeah, I mean, Christy, I honestly believe that after you're around so much with a Bigfoot that they do start remembering you. I believe that because when I was going out to Old Waynesboro Park a lot when I first started Bigfoot hunt, when I had my first Bigfoot sighting, I think they were getting to know me too, and it's because it seemed like every time we went out there, they started moving in a little bit closer in on us. The first time I went out
Yeah.
there, when we were out there Bigfoot hunting, we had some following us, and we heard the bipedal footsteps. It was like alongside of us. Sometimes it sounded like it was back behind us, but I knew they were out there. Hell, I caught pictures of them. It was in part 2 of my my Bigfoot investigation.
Yeah,
So
you definitely think they would get used to you if they're coming around your area a lot. You know,
yeah.
realizing, well, this isn't a threat. I can go ahead and I can go ahead and pass by these people. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
like I told Matt once in a live on Dorius's live, the world is not going to believe it until there's a body laying on a slab, and that's a shame. That's a true shame.
Yeah. It's gonna take for there to be a big, I mean, like a big time massacre of a Bigfoot hurting somebody for them to start believing in these things. Because I mean,
Or
I still question myself too. What's the purpose of a Bigfoot being on this earth? Where did it come from? Why was it put in our woods? They say that they're
yeah,
protector of the woods, but hell, they eat what's in the woods. I mean, seriously. I mean, you get too close
yeah,
upon them, they're gonna
yep.
throw stuff at you. I mean, they could take and
The
knock you
skeptics
over, throw
want
you,
to see a
whatever.
body. The skeptics want to
Right.
see a body. And you know what the worst of it is? There is somebody out there that's going to give it to them someday, and that's a shame.
It is. It really is. I mean, I really
Yeah,
honestly
because
believe that this.
then they're going to fear us, and they're going to want to attack because somebody took one of theirs, somebody hurt one of theirs, and somebody exploited one of theirs, or something like that. If they've got any intelligence, they're going to say, okay, they're going to see human threat.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
and they're not good for anybody.
no, you see what the funny part is like one thing I noticed whenever I go out and do my Monday squatch in this place I call my honey hole. It's out
Uh
by
huh.
where I work. It's out by where I work, and there's always at least one standing there watching me the whole time, making sure that I'm not going to be a threat on the pack that's out there because I've already
Yeah,
seen more fingers than I have on my hands of Bigfoot out there. I mean,
that's awesome.
it's crazy. It really honestly is. These things are multiplying. If they keep multiplying the way they are, they're going to take over everything. Everybody talks about
Well,
aliens
I'll give
and
them cookies, and they can just take me in if they want.
that can't take
I'll
me in.
live with them. I don't have a problem with that. I can go backwards.
No, I'll pass. They're good staying in the woods. I mean, if it gets to the point to
Yeah.
where we can't even go out in our woods and go hunting every year without them snatching somebody up or killing somebody, then it's time for the government to do something. Which I honestly
Yeah.
believe still ain't nobody can tell me any different. That the government knows what's going on. They know that Bigfoot's real. They know the aliens are real. They know all this is real, and it drives me crazy because they're gonna wait until the last damn minute to tell everybody when
Yep.
it's too effing late. I mean, seriously.
What am I hearing? I don't know what I'm hearing. Anyway, it's good. I believe personally that the government has already had a body,
Yeah. And
and that's
they say,
how some of these scientists figure out certain things about them because they've already had the body. They've already, you know, researched it, whatever, and that's how they know some things.
well, see, Matt says every biologist says that Sasquatch are evolved gigantopithecus.
To
I can't say that.
Gigantopithecus.
There you go.
Gigantopithecus, yeah. True. And which, like, I don't know. I'm Wiccan, you know that. I totally believe, like, the one song says, I come from the water. That's
Mm-hmm.
my belief. I believe that I evolved from whatever came out of the water, whatever came out of cells or whatever, microorganisms. That's what I believe. So why not Bigfoot? Why not Bigfoot? Cavemen, they found them. What's the difference? You know?
Right. Right. So
That's what kills me about skeptics.
so it's really funny too. It's not just for Bigfoot, but like people have seen stuff flying in the sky. Next thing you know, you got two men in black showing up at your door, pretty much telling you didn't see nothing.
Right.
If you tell anybody you seen something, then there goes your job, your family, everything. They threaten your well-being for you not to tell anybody what you saw. And
Right.
you hear that on TV every day that they got 2 men in black showing up at your door when you put something out all over the world that we're not supposed to see. Just like Dan
Yeah.
said, the UFOs. It took the government 60 years to tell us that UFOs exist, and they still haven't
Oh,
said
hell.
anything about
My grandmother had a sighting of a UFO. Somebody from the government came out, and I have the paperwork somewhere. I'm going to look it up. I think I do, unless my mom left it back in PA when I moved her here. But where somebody from the government came out and interviewed her, wrote it all down, did a sketch of what she saw, the UFO, in the field behind our trailer. And the thing I remember the most, and basically the only thing I remember of the interview, because I was sitting in the living room watching cartoons, was she said when it took off, there was a family of skunks right underneath it. When it took off, they were right there.
Oh wow.
She said, and you didn't see a big family of skunks, but there was a bunch of was so two. My time, there I am, stiff neck.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Maria, this has been fun. I mean, everything that we talked about, this has been actually been a really fun interview for me,
So I'm
because it's like,
glad.
somebody
And I'm sorry about my
really getting into
question.
this. Thank you so much for being here. And guys,
Oh, it was my pleasure.
anybody that knows anything about Bigfoot, if you heard Maria's story, you know that this woman saw what she saw. I believe her. I hope everybody in the chat does too, because these things are making themselves more and more seen every day. The ones that make the mistake the most, everybody knows, is the juveniles, because they don't care.
No.
You're cutting in and out, Mary.
I know, I'm sorry.
So I wanted you to be able to say what you were saying. I wanted you to know that we couldn't hear you. If there was something you were trying to say.
Yeah. No, just here because I was telling they're going to interview me, and
Well, we lost her again. So again, everybody, if you're not subscribed to Maria Tobben, Haunted Hellcat, please do. Please go check her out. She is an amazing woman. I want everybody to share. And I want everybody also to know that this coming Friday, I am going to be interviewing Cryptid. She's another female Bigfoot hunter. So I'm looking forward to that one too.
cool.
And also news. For everybody. I am going to be going and I'm actually looking forward to that. He's beating Jack to the punch. He's going Bigfoot hunting with me first. Everybody, again, please do subscribe to her. Subscribe to Maria if you're not. She's well worth the watch. But I'm going to try to get you out. Thank you so much for being here. I know you
Thank you
put
so
in the
much for
hill trying
having me.
to say keep with the internet.
Thank you. I'm probably bleeped out. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it.
It's okay. You're more than welcome, sweetheart.
All right.
And it was nice talking to you.
You.
Please do have a safe day, Maria.
I will. And you too.
Bye,
And
honey.
bye.
Okay, so everybody, thank you for being up here. Again, if you guys didn't talk earlier, in 2 weeks from today, I will have Second Star Survival up on a panel with me. You guys set your reminders. It'll be at 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central time. It's going to be a well worth the watch interview, because I'm looking forward to this man making my head so full of Bigfoot stuff it busts. I am looking forward to it. And Also, if anybody would like to set up an interview, want me to set up an interview with them, Wednesdays and Fridays, the whole month of July is already booked for Fridays. I can't do it next Wednesday because I have to work. But if anybody's interested in that interview, wants me to interview them, please do let me know. Jax, me and Jax was talking about doing is doing the paranormal on her channel and doing the Bigfoot on mine, because everybody knows Jax is my from another miss. So again, thank you everybody for being here. Much love to everybody. Be careful out there, and whatever you do, always keep your head at a swivel and watch your surroundings. I love you all. Thank you so much. And watch out for them Bigfoot. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.